Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and I thank the leader of the National Federation Party for his question. The Ministry has carried out in December last year an assessment of how well the scheme has gone. It was carried out by the team within the people that look after pharmacy and medicine. And as a result of this assessment, they've come up with some key recommendations. They've identified areas that need to be improved in areas like procurement, distribution, financing, and also selection of the medicines that are part of the free medicine scheme and the management of the scheme. Some of these, especially the management part of the recommendations, were to be implemented this year. But with Winston coming in, there's a lot more effort that has gone into dealing with those particular issues. In terms of medicines being expired, they've not been able to give me yet an actual figure, but I know that it is minimal. But advice has been given to the retailing pharmacies that if there are medicines about to be expired, they can be passed back to the ministry so we can send it to places where there is high volume, so that things can circulate like that. And I also understand that some pharmacies are on their own doing this exchange of medicines on their own. Generally, in terms of expired medicines, as a country as a whole, the WHO has a standard. If you're able to have at 5% of your medicines expiring, that is the limit, that is the standard. In Fiji, we've been able to reduce that down to 3% of the total medicine stocks, and we hope to be able to continue to implement measures to continuously decrease this. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary question. Honourable
Speaker,
Singh.
Post-Cyclone Winston, may I ask the Minister a supplementary question? How many of the 142 free medicines that were available are available, and which ones are not available?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I don't have the full list of the medicines that are available with me, but I can always send that. But I know that in the new list, we have now 142 items in the revised medicine list. Out of that list, 102 of them are already part of our essential medicines list, or they're already part of our process. The others will be things, so if they're already part of our essential medicines list, there's also been tenders being sent out to have this into the country by late July or early August this year. But the stocks that are already in place are those that can be circulated. The other 40 medicines have also been sent out for purchase, and they should be in the country towards around August this year.
Thank you. I give the floor to the Honourable Mbulitawu.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Supplementary question to the Honourable Minister. The Fiji First Manifesto in 2014 specifically said that all medicines that are prescribed by doctors will be provided by the government, by the scheme. But there is only 72 medicine that is available, Madam Speaker, under the scheme, and the manifesto said that it will provide 8 million. In 2016 budget, we see that an allocation of 10 million was given in regards to medicine for this particular scheme, Madam Speaker. Can the Minister inform the House as to why there is some inconsistency in regards to the implementation of what was promised to the people?
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I couldn't get what the inconsistency was. For me, the consistency has been that Fiji First has said that we regard the people on the margins of our society as important. We need to make sure that we can provide service to them. And Fiji First has done its best to be able to provide it. Of course, there are some lapses in the effectiveness how we're able to do this, but we will continuously enhance that because Fiji First has the best interests of all the people of this country right in their hearts.
I give the floor to the Honourable Vande.
Supplementary question, Madam Speaker. This complaint from the smaller pharmacists that are not registered with the ministry in this program, I'm asking the Minister whether they will be compensated for the free supply of medicine scheme they are mandated to do with this policy. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Under the free medicine scheme, Madam Speaker, we supply the medicine to them and they distribute. So I don't understand what is it that we're supposed to compensate, since the ministry itself will supply the medicine.